welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate any support in advance. I'm getting back on track, putting something out for the collective, hopefully blissing it forward, taking some time to put some guidance out there. Subtext by each zodiac sign, but take what resonates, leave what does not. It's the general energies that may be in you, around you, or within others. And this is for Libra. Yes, Libra. Yeah, we're on to Libra. So this is for Libra. It's an interesting reading. I would say this reading speaks hope to me. It speaks hope after a very sense of traumatic cycles that have been repeating for quite some time. So I'm going to get into it. On the bottom of the deck is the Star card. I'm just making mention to that now, but we'll come back to it at the end of the reading to tie it in. But know that the Star card, Major Arcana, is the underpinning energies of this reading. So that is the undercurrent of everything that's going to tie all of these energies together at the end. So we're going straight into the first card, and it's Knight of Wands. So this speaks to a huge amount of passion and drive and rearing up, a forward-facing motion. But it feels a lot like there's still a part of that's sort of a mask for the public, so to speak. That there's this real initiative and drive and force with this card and the energy within you. But I don't know how much of that is of your own making, or whether that is still trying to bend, to fit, to find a way to follow your passions, feel empowered, like this card would speak of, moving in a fast pace forward with dedication, travel, all of that. But how much of that is yours? It feels a little bit like a mask that you're having to wear, that on the one hand, you're doing a great job at it and you're finding real passions and on the way that you have personally. But on the other hand, there's this undercurrent still of trauma, of feeling out of balance. Libra needs that balance. It requires that balance. It is the scales. It is the but that's what feels a little bit out of whack here, the sense of justice. And have you gotten justice for yourself, within yourself? So yeah, the Knight of Wands, going forward, it's rearing up this horse. It's ready to go. The Knight is braced with the horse, and that fertile wand, that power, that force, that initiative and drive, really behind that beast. It would speak to moving with the energies. This is a very positive energy. It would speak to feeding into that energy, but doing it for what you organically are driven towards, or pulled towards, magnetized towards, rather than how much of it is for appearance and for other people. That would be on the other hand of these energies for Libra. That in that case, try not to be too hasty to dedicate yourself to something else that's going to take up a lot of your time. And it's not for you. It's somebody else's fertile wand that you're carrying, and carrying the weight of, it feels like. Now that could be metaphorical, or could be in your physical reality, in the relationship that you have, the workspace that you're in, whatever, however it applies to you. It feels like there's, on one hand, a need to slow down and have some clarity, and on the other hand, push forward in the direction that this horse is facing, because there's real energies there, full of ambition, full of drive, that you can be magnetized towards and fuel yourself up with, and there's real success there. But that lies in how much of it is organically yours, or how much of that are you doing to promote somebody else while not looking after yourself, while not promoting yourself. So then we go on to the next card, and that's the Knight. So it's a little bit more of it's a very different vibe. It's a very different feeling that I'm getting intuitively from the other readings. The other readings have had a real steady message that reoccurring throughout. This one's a bit of a curveball energetically, in that I can see the potentials here. But then this King of Swords comes in. Now, again, a real success card, and these two cards together is a powerhouse for success and initiatives and new developments and projects and all of those things, passions, creativity, because the King of Swords sits on his throne very firmly, very square. He has his sword of truth in one hand, that's his clarity, and his other hand is rested again on the knee, creating that channeling position. And he speaks truth. He speaks when he feels the clarity's there to be spoken. It's a real sense of authority. It's a real sense of directed weaponry almost, with the thoughts being so strong in manifestation, using your consciousness that sword represents, and the subconscious that sword can represent. And you can apply that. When that's applied to that Knight of Wands, it's a real push forward energetically. Your tank's fueled up. There's a pace, and there's a power to it that is magnificent manifestation wise. I just don't know how much energy some of the Libras are putting this type of energy into their own projects and drives, into their own interests and passions. And I say that because the Nine of Swords comes up. Now it's not an easy card to deal with energy wise. It's not a secure place to be in. It's not a comfortable place to be in. Sometimes it's necessary for us to filter through the subconscious and make sense of the things that make no sense and start to process them that way. But it's not comfortable. And for people who have regularly been in the Nine of Swords energy of long term, it actually can traumatize the brain physically. You need to recover from this at a conscious level and at a physical level, at a molecular level, because this would speak to doubtful words, but doubtful words with this King of Swords said with that amount of power. So just as you can manifest great things with this ambition and drive and creativity, linked with the King of Swords, the authority over your words, you're speaking with authority to yourself in a self-deprecating way, or the words of others are still there. They're still in the subconscious, needing to be filtered through, that needing to have created a filing system for that makes sense. But right now, it feels like actually you are fueling a lot of things that are keeping you awake at night, or making you have restless dreams, and that's your brain's way of processing what there is there to be processed. It's a difficult place to be in because you've got such power and strength and manifestation and drive and force, and you're so fertile with that right now, but you're birthing that back into the subconscious space where you've been traumatized, where you've been felt stuck, where you've been scarred. And so then we'll go on to the Star card on the bottom of the deck that I mentioned at the start. That is the underpinning flow energy underneath all of these other cards, tying them all together. And it couldn't be a more perfect major arcana to come out with this reading. It couldn't be. And this card, I think, comes out for Libra a lot. Libra are often great empaths. they often have a lot of compassion and are often wanting to be balanced, more so for other people than themselves, unfortunately. They need the star card regularly, I think, anyway, to decompress and let go and remember who they are, rather than all of the imprints that they allowed to be put on them, being an empath. They need that, otherwise it starts to feel like they're an emotional garbage disposal. You know, they're an emotional punch bag, and then the victimhood can come in. So Libra, in their greatness, knows to check in with this card, I feel, regularly anyway, to, you know, sage yourself, cleanse yourself from the burdens that you take on, a lot of them not being yours to take on. And so we look at this card and it's got the stars above. A lot of people would depict those as the Pleiadian sisters. You've got this naked lady, beautiful, pouring one jug onto the floor of the bed, the river, sorry, and the other one onto the earth, onto the bed. She's kneeling. She's got one knee and foot on the ground there, earthing herself, and she's got one foot and one knee connected to her elbow, while simultaneously pouring out these jugs. She's creating a circuit board for flow. And as she does that, the star card is a warrior. It's the wounded healer, and then the healer that heals thyself. It is the ability to be able to really hook in, to plug back into the divine after very traumatic periods, or after a collected amount of trauma over a long period of time. This plugging in, this creation of this circuit board, of this flow to the ground, to the water, through her, connecting at the connecting points with the knee and the elbow and the knee and the feet, the toes. But she's naked. This is a warrior where often my mum painted a design, and it's beautiful, and she's covered in scars. But it's where you're not afraid to show those scars, but no longer in victimhood. It's almost like showing those scars after you've been anointing them with oil, after you've made them into that beautiful silver, you know, after you've been nourishing the skin around it. That's the star card, taking that time out to plug back into the divine, to recharge and remember who you are, not the various layers that you allowed to yourself to accumulate of others, being a very, very strong empath. It's with this star card that I know you're going to go forward, Libra, with these energies and really process this Nine of Swords in a way that is very clearing. But there is a potential with this Knight of Wands and this King of Swords card that you don't plug in enough to this star card energy. And I can't thank you enough to be brave enough to do that. No matter what that means, no matter what fears you have of what that means you might lose or gain or let go of or cling close to, being fearless of what changes are created is very necessary right now. To know the peace that is available here for you under the veil of this Nine of Swords, I beg you to plug into that divine as you know so well to do. And remember who you are, because the power that you have, the energy that you have, but for a lot of you, I feel you're putting it in the direction of others, for the greatness of others, to promote others, because there's a fear of, I don't know, sometimes there's maybe a fear of, with these energies combined, of attaining. You know deep down inside the power that you have within with these two cards. There's no denying that driving force and that authority and that capability. But then this self-doubt, you know who you are, but then the veil keeps slipping over, and you're blocking yourself off from the very practice, the very ritual that you're best at, that you're great at. To direct that force and that clarity and that strength and purpose and ambition with these two powerhouse cards here, to really engage with the naked truth of the Star card, the reconnect into self, the reconnect into that divine light within, will mean the dissolving the oof of the Nine of Swords. Because no matter what the repercussions are, you would then be standing, look at this, the difference of the energy in this, you'd then be standing in your power with this force and this drive in your most raw, authentic, divine nature. Calm in storm, peace that surpasses all understanding, peace within chaos, because there's such peace within self, and all it takes is addressing the repercussions of what this Nine of Swords represents for you. And so Libra, beg you, plug into the divine. You are the gift that we are given of balance and scales, and we love you to stay healthy energetically, to stay in your sage and master-like selves in this realm of staying balanced in your divine nature is the most beautiful gift that you give us. So we give you the energy to focus on this and release yourself from this Nine of Swords, speaking peace and love and just compassion over you and accomplishment over you, because it's already written in the energy that you have reserved here. And the source of the energy that the Star card has to give you is divine. It's divine in nature. There'd be no stopping you. So much love, balance, and wholeness. Leave a comment, like, a thumbs down, thumbs up. It doesn't matter. I think it's all just connecting. We're going to try and love bomb this algorithm. They just decided to shadow ban me, I think, when I opened my mouth, when I first started YouTube. So it's gone on like that. The same warnings are on. They're removing videos, so catch videos while you can, because I'm not saving them. I haven't got the time. I usually just put out what I need to put out and forget about it anyway. So catch them while you can, share them. I really do appreciate that. And we'll see if we can love bomb our way past the gatekeepers of the algorithmic gods of YouTube. Much love, balance, and wholeness. Mwah.